Man, it's a beautiful day, but it's actually a gloomy day here in New York as the New York Knicks season is over. The New York Knicks season is over. The New York Knicks, their season is over. Ladies and gentlemen, this run in New York, the buzz and everything is over. And tip their hats to the Indiana Pacers, who will go back to the finals the first time since 2000, when they was defeated by my Shaq and Kobe and the Lakers. Shaq was a monster, destroying Rick Smits and Dale Davis and everything they put in front, Sam Perkins, whoever they put in front of him. I mean, Shaq was an unbelievable monster. And we was able to take care of them in 6. Should have did it in 5. But it was fine to get that first title in that era. So they're back. And man, the Knicks, it was going good, but it just fell apart. And it was just how it all fell apart in the second half was just, my God, I had to fall. Because I was feeling this game felt sticky. It felt sticky like a Game 7 situation. It felt like, look, this is going 7 games. This is going to be going 7 games. I'm thinking this is going to be going 7 games. I text my sister. I was like, oh, shit, this is looking like sticky. She said, yep. Then I'm like, oh, shit. Okay. Oh, God. This shit is falling from under them. And the Knicks could not get stops. They could not score baskets. They was just getting outplayed by the Pacers in a collective effort from them. But mainly, Tyrese Halliburton. Spectacular game again. 21 points, 13 assists. Obi Toppin at 18, hitting threes, and just for Obi Toppin, you already know how he feels, especially about one Tom Thibodeau. He loved the Knicks, but Tom Thibodeau, he has an axe to grind. He feels that's personal with him. And he always feels that the Knicks chose the coach over him and when he was moved. So last year when they beat it, he felt so good. But this year he felt even better in doing it, defeating the Knicks, because now they're on their way to the NBA Finals against the one Oklahoma City Thunder. But man, Pascal Siakam, ladies and gentlemen, Pascal Siakam. He is the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, the Larry Bird Award. And it's fitting that Larry Bird Award is coming to a Pacers team where I still think he's a consultant with the Pacers. Has ran operations for the Pacers for years and was a head coach and a real fixture in the culture of Indiana Pacers basketball. And for him to win, it's just a moment with Tyrese Halliburton actually thought he was going to get the award. No, it's been Siakam because he's been killing. And he finished with 31. Again, they could not stop him. And Siakam winning, now going back to the finals. His first time going back to the finals since 2019, where he won with the Toronto Raptors and Kawhi Leonard. He playing an integral part as being their second best player. Now he's coming in again to try to take out possibly a team that was another juggernaut, the Golden State Warriors. Even though they had the injury issues and everything else like that, with KD and Clay, but Kawhi and them was able to finish them off. So Siakam coming in there saying, listen, I came in the underdog before. We could do it. And that's their mindset. That's the mindset of the Pacers. The Pacers feel and believe they can win this title. They can feel and believe they can win this championship. Something improbable over OKC team that's been running roughshod in the Western Conference all season and had a real tough series with the Denver Nuggets, but before really taking out Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves in an easy 5 games. So now you got that matchup for the NBA Finals, which will be a good series, but I think it's going to be a respectable gentleman's sweep. I don't see them winning no more than 1 game for the Pacers, and they're going to beat them in 5. But I could be wrong, right? But I'm going to talk about the Knicks, right? Now, as I speak, my phone was buzzing crazy last night. After I after everything happened with the Knicks, it was just buzzing. And it's from players only meetings to issues with chat, Mikal Bridges, Brunson contract situation, Cat Townsend and Bridges contract situation, and Giannis. And I'm hearing a lot with Giannis. And I spoke to my dear friend that works with the New York Knicks, and she, on what, told me that they will entertain. They have no choice but to do their due diligence to entertain Giannis, because Giannis, not confirming, but has New York as one of his target teams, as well as the Houston Rockets, the LA Clippers, the Miami Heat, obviously staying with the Bucks, and the Golden State Warriors. I'm telling you, and that's what's gonna happen. So you have that Giannis. That thing is looming huge. That is looming huge. Now obviously we're gonna wait till the draft and everything else they're gonna figure things out, because after the draft, then you're gonna have free agency and everyone's gonna trade and they're gonna do wonders. But for the Knicks, if you get Giannis, you got to get rid of Cat. If you're trying your best to get assets from another team, you're gonna have to get rid of one. You're gonna have to get rid of OG, Mikal Bridges, Deuce McBride, they love, and Mitchell Robinson. Josh Hart, they keeping. They like Hart, but those guys are all available if there's a Giannis deal looming and if there's another team involved to make sure the trade goes through. Those are the available players. I'm not saying Josh Hart, but Josh Hart is not, right now, it's not put in any package that's with the Knicks going forward via trade. Being most likely a big fish trade coming in. Obviously, you have Brunson, possibly top 5 best closers in the NBA. Then you have Giannis, obviously a top 5 player that can score and do wonderful things on the court. Defense, team defense, which I try to tell my cousins and them, I was like, no, he's a great team defender. You got to understand that. Great team defender. Individual, somewhat. He can't, because he has issues with guarding defensive thing. But any big man that's trying to do something on Giannis will stop him. But team defense, yes, he can survey that, try to get guys to do certain things and be there for blindside steals or blindside blocks. Most likely blindside blocks. Because the Knicks right now, they needed a guy that can go out there and dominate with Brunson. Give Brunson more needed rest. Yeah, at times Brunson did have some rest and Knicks made some runs, but I think we're talking about the more reliable thing. And to have Giannis on the team, with or without Cat, you have a tremendous upgrade. And his presence on the court is you're going to have a legitimate MVP candidate. This is what it's going to be about. And the Knicks right now has to be able to buy in, because you can't lose to the Pacers. You can't lose to the Pacers like that. And then, okay, we're just going to re-up. No. You made the upgrade with the Cat move. You're one step closer to getting to the finals. But right now, you can't look at your squad and say this is championship thing, because you feel that you're going to beat the Pacers. You didn't do it unless there's a move at head coach and somebody's coming in with a different strategy, and which I feel they're not going to do that, because they like Tom Thibodeau and the culture that he's presented right there with the Knicks, and they don't want to do any moves, no matter if you bring in another coach in there. Then you're interfering with what he already established and want to try to get something else. Because when you do that, it's like it don't feel like that's like something you want to do, right? You don't want to ruin it. It's almost like, okay, you're going from, remember the Pistons, right? A long time ago. Remember the Pistons had Larry Brown. He was the head coach. He was with Detroit for 2 years. They went to 2 NBA Finals. In 2004, when they beat my Lakers in 5 games, and they took the Spurs in 7 games in 2005. When Larry Brown left, they brought in Flip Saunders. Flip Saunders fixed everything. He changed everything. But guess what they lost? The key attentive to all these attentive to defensive details. They was better offensively, but they saying, oh, long as we got Ben and we got Sheed and we got all these other. Yeah, but guess what? You was better offensively. You guys was running roughshod in the East, but at key defensive players, at key defensive times, you lost. You lost in 2006 to who you lost to? 2006, you lost to Dwayne Wade, right? When Larry Brown was there, he knew how to control, what things to do to control Wade and Shaq. They had no answers for that. So Wade run roughshod on them, and you wasn't able to stop them, right? 2007, LeBron went crazy. He went crazy on them and was able to beat the Detroit Pistons and get to the NBA Finals. And what happened? You couldn't stop LeBron in key moments when Larry Brown knew the key for LeBron is stop him at certain points. And guess what? Greg Popovich knew about that, but not Flip Saunders, because his whole thing was on offense, and the guys did have assistant coaches there, but the principal, they tried to keep the principals, but the whole thing was in key moments, they couldn't be able to get those key stops when they needed to, when it was a superior offensive player, right? Same thing. They went into 08, yes, same thing. You're bringing back the same guys, minus Ben Wallace and everything else like that. But what happened? You lost again. The Pistons lost again, going farther when they needed key stops against the Celtics, against KG, Paul Pierce, Rondo, and those guys, and Ray Allen. They just could not pair everything together. And then what happened? They lost. And then because you switch head coaches, and a lot of the principles of what brought you to a title, or what culture you installed, you wasn't able to do it. So if you have Tom Thibodeau as the coach and you try to upgrade, I don't think that's going to be in the Knicks' best interest. All right. Let me get to something I watched. All right, I watched The Last of Us Season 2 review. This was incredible. I played the game. I played the game a long time ago. A lot of things, I kind of look like that. If you play the game, then you know the things that's happened. Well, I forgot about the game, but there was a big spoiler. Joel was killed, and it happened on the second episode, and then it fucked me up because I totally forgot about the game, and it fucked me up. And Abby is a villain that works with the she's with the Wolves, and with that militia group based in Seattle. And now, you got Ellie was there. Obviously, when it happened, she came to try to, became to save them. And there she's with Dina, and then Abby and her friends, they had to kill Joel because what Joel did with the Fireflies and killed everyone, because they was going to do a test on Ellie to try to get her blood, and possibly was going to kill her to get the cure because she's immune, to try to get the cure so people won't turn into fucking zombies. And so you go through, just a quick run through of that, and then the cliffhanger is at the end. Is Ellie did look going for Abby. She's going to kill Abby because of she killing Joel. And the cliffhanger is, Ellie did kill Abby's friends to try to find her. Then Abby saw that her friends were dead, and then she found Ellie, Tommy, Dina, and the other guy, and she confronted her and said, listen, Abby said, I let you live. I let you live. I could have killed you. I let you live. And Abby pointed the gun and shoot her, but it goes blank. Next thing you know, we see Abby waking up, and we're going to Seattle day one. Obviously, this is going to be Abby's story, but we have to wait actually 2 years for this shit to come out. And this is just, I hate shit like this. This is like that Game of Thrones shit. Waited 2 years for something to come out where you could just do a year. I just don't get it. That 2-year wait is so fucked up. And it's like we gotta wait 2 years to see Abby's story. And we ain't even get Ellie shit. Besides all the hate that Bella Ramsey get, they call potato face and all that other shit. You know, the fans is obviously they don't like her casting, but my God. So we're gonna get that, but that's all I have. This is NBA One Take. It's a long ass episode, and I'm out.